I know you know who this is, right?
Hello.
Leann Rimes, hi.
Hi, how are you?
Boy, you have been busy. I'm doing good. How about you?
I'm great.
Okay, I've got to ask this question.
Yes. Should we get it out of the way first?
Yeah, I'm hacked off because I think the tabloids pick on you.
Oh,
You
well,
feel
they
that
pick
way?
on a lot of people, but yeah, I've had my fair share of it in the last couple of years. Absolutely. And it's, you know, it's sad because I actually just saw this, I think Jennifer Aniston did the cover of Allure, and I said, like, 98% of what you read about me is not true, and that's about the same. Like, it's just, it's crazy how they can get away with, like, printing these stories that they don't find the facts out before they actually print them. So, but they do. They can get away with it, and there's pretty much, because we're a public figure, there's not a lot we can do.
But how do you deal with it? Does it bother you? Does it get to you?
It just depends. I mean, I think it did for a while, just because it was, you just see these things out there that obviously people are, there's a perception about you all of a sudden that changes, and people are making their, you know, basing their opinions off of lies, and, you know, it has to, as a human being, it has to hurt to some extent, but then the skin gets incredibly thick, where you're just like, finally you're just like, you know what, people are going to believe what they're going to believe, we're going to have the fans that you're going to have, you know, anybody that wants to bring you down, you're not going to change anybody's mind, so that's kind of where you have to come from. But
it's got to be hard, though, especially with kids now.
Yeah.
And stuff.
It is, it's hard, you know, my fiance's children are 3 and 7, 2 adorable boys, and, you know, you just want to kind of shelter them from it all, and it's funny with paparazzi now, you know, they follow us a lot of places that we go, and the kids start yelling at them, like, get away!
Yeah!
So, we trained them well.
You did train them well. Well, don't pick on her, okay? Now let's talk about music, because you have been working on this great project. I'm not going to drop names here. Vince Gill, producing your next
I'll drop
album.
it.
All right.
Okay, Vince Gill.
Let's talk about this Vince Gill project that I understand it's in the cans, just waiting to be released.
Yeah, well, the album is a very conceptual record, and my friend Daryl Brown, who is a very dear friend of mine, a great songwriter and producer, he and I started with this idea of wanted to do an album of all my favorite classic country songs. And I was like, well, it's been done, and blah, blah, blah. And so I started thinking about it, and I said, well, when I started to research my favorite country songs, they're all men's songs. And I think it's because my dad brought me up on country music, like classic country, and it was all male artists and then Patsy Cline. So I'd done all the Patsy Cline stuff, so it's like, well, why don't we just do a record full of men's songs, originally recorded by men, but now from a woman's perspective. So Vince actually wasn't even, I was looking for a producer, trying to figure out what we were going to do, and Vince's When I Call Your Name was on my list of songs, and I called him to see if he would play and sing on it, and then while I was on the phone, I go, hey, do you mind producing this record? And he goes, are you kidding me? And I go, well, no, I'm not actually, I'm serious. And he goes, well, yeah, I'd be honored to. I mean, if you're not joking. And I'm like, no, Vince, I'm not joking. So we went in the studio, and, like, you know, we first started out with about 75 songs, and we sat in a room, and just the two of us, and with him and a guitar, and kind of figured out what my voice sounded best on, and whittled it down to like 17, and whittled it down to 12, and so we made the record in 2 days.
Wow.
And I love working with him, and it's great working with him as a producer. He's an amazing musician and producer, but as an artist, he respects me as an artist.
And
This is your project. Yeah, he does. But he's like, this is your project, so if you don't like something, I want it to be your vision also. So he really kind of helped me bring out the vision of the record, and he's just genius.
So what songs did you cover?
We covered, and the cool thing also, it's not just covered from like front to back as you would hear a normal cover. We took like rose-colored glasses and like made it a swing with like twin fiddles, and then we covered He Stopped Loving Her in a Day. We covered Swingin', which is completely different than the original. What else did we cover? Help Me Make It Through the Night was originally a Chris Christopherson song, so
you did your perspective on it. Wow.
Yeah, we did. It's all just, we really did a covers record, but we totally twisted everything just a little bit to make them my own. So it's not just like sticking on and listening to just someone cover the old versions. It's a real, like, conceptual record. I'm so proud of it. I really am.
Well, I can't wait to hear it.
Yeah, thank you.
Now, let me take you back in the past. I remember when Leann used to come up to the radio station with her parents, and you were about 11 or 12 the first. I know you don't remember this, but of course when Blue hit, man, that was a phenomenal right there.
Thank you. Yeah, that was nuts.
You ever get tired of singing Blue?
No, not really. I have a newfound respect for it. I think I did for a while as, you know, a teenager, and now it's like, wow, this is a song that got me where I am and started it all, and we do it kind of a different way. We actually re-recorded Blue as a bonus track on the Vince record. Because
Really?
Vince wanted to do it with this group called the Time Jumpers that he plays with, and it's up-tempo. We'll do it, you'll hear it in a little bit, but...
She's going to play for us
yes,
a little bit up in the
I
lounge.
am. But it's just a different kind of really cool version. So we had fans, I was doing it live like that, and fans wanted, you know, we were asking, would you do it now as an adult? So that's a bonus track on the record, too.
Now, you're also making a few movies, also?
Yeah, I'm actually working on a film for CMT, actually called Real Love, which is a story kind of between a father and a daughter, and I actually play a lawyer.
You play a lawyer?
I play a lawyer, but I go back to my roots. It's actually a really cool little story, and we're shooting that in May, I guess. Yeah, in Toronto. So get to go work on that for 3.5 weeks, and then you know, who knows what else is coming about. But I definitely am focusing on a lot more acting, and then I've got this album, and then I'm finishing up a whole nother album that's solely my own music. So I've got a lot going on. Yes, and then I'm planning a wedding on top of it. So
okay, can we talk about the wedding?
Sure.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Got the record? It's got to be tough planning a wedding.
Oh well, you know what? You don't even know what to say. No, it's been really chill. The only thing is we want to keep it as private as possible, and with all these people
That's what I'm
following
talking
us around.
about.
That's the private part. But we have people that we trust that are helping us, and it's so small. Like, it's just like, I figured a wedding to me is like, if you're not going to be in my life when I'm 90, then you should not be there. That's how I feel.
How did he propose?
How did he?
Yeah.
That's the one thing I'm actually going to keep private.
Okay, now see, I'm glad you said that.
Yeah, because it was really sweet, and it was actually on Christmas. It was Christmas Eve. I'll just say that, but it was and he had me completely fooled, like,
and that's the way it should be.
Completely fooled, and I was bawling, but it was very sweet. So
I'm telling you, don't believe the tabloids.
no, don't.
Okay?
Promise.
Leann Rimes, and get the new album when it comes out too. Okay.
Bye, guys.